Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and welcome to the Voice of Healing. So I am very happy to be with you, and I do not know if you hear me. Okay. So welcome to the Voice of Healing. So my subject is that why do some find it easier to find a way to sobriety and some do not? Well, we will go around the question. We will try to understand what it is, and we will see the patterns that go with it. So I will share with you something of my past, but to start with, I will ask you to subscribe to our channel, which is USA Global TV and Radio, and Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck's channel also on YouTube, both on YouTube. So thank you for subscribing. So I am Reverend Lydia Fougeres, and I will talk about sobriety. Why is it so easy for some to stop whatever substance, drinking, taking substances, medication? I will talk about that. So I will explain my decision to stop taking medication because I did not want to become addicted. It takes a lot of courage to admit that I am a registered nurse. I am a retired registered nurse, and my big fear was of becoming a drug addict. And when I was diagnosed with serious fibromyalgia, I was in a lot of pain. I was in a wheelchair. I could not live at all with all that pain. So for the first years, I refused to take medication because of my fear of addiction. Then I was forced to take it because I could not live like that. I was prescribed morphine 4 times a day, every 6 hours. I followed the prescription every 6 hours, and if I could skip, I skipped. For 10 years, I took morphine. But my fear of being addicted to the morphine was so great that I kept going to ask if I was addicted. And I was not. I could skip the doses. I could go further. I could go 8 hours, 10 hours without taking the dose. And finally, one morning, I took the bottle and threw it in the trash. I decided that it was enough. I was still in a lot of pain, but my fear of becoming addicted was greater than my fear of withdrawal. So what I did is that I withdrew and had no symptoms at all. It was as easy as 1, 2, 3. The last morphine I took, I did not think about it for years after that. I did not have any problems. I did not have anger sprees or whatever, or be hot flashes like supposed, or headaches. I did not have any of those symptoms because those are withdrawal symptoms. So it is easier for some to withdraw than others. And I can tell you that my life without medication actually is far better because I do not have to worry about having a bottle. I am not telling you that I am not in pain because today is a rainy day and I am in pain. But my happiness goes beyond the pain. So this is my reward, the happiness of being sober every single day, of having my head every single day. That is my reward. So when it comes to alcohol, drugs, whatever, it is extremely difficult for some and extremely easy for others. People say, why is it so hard for me? Why is it so easy for my friend to quit overnight and they never looked back like me? They wonder. This is a question that haunts so many people on the path to sobriety. The journey to a lack or any other substance that makes you dependent. So it is seen as a straight line that depends only on willpower. Well, I will tell you, it is not true. Willpower is not enough. It depends on a multitude of factors. So if you have trouble, it is not necessarily that you do not have the willpower. It is the genetics that you have, your surrounding, habits, psychological problems. You may have had traumas when you were young, and the substance or alcohol was helping you deal. So you are in withdrawal and you have a problem being in withdrawal. You have to be good to yourself because the fact is that it is not necessarily your fault at all. It has to do with your physical health. It has to do with your mental health. It has to do with your environment, your work, whatever. So biology and genetics is unequal to start with. So the first factor is usually invisible. Our internal chemistry is not the same for everyone. We aren't all equal when it comes to addictions, and we do not have the same level of dopamine. So if we have a low level of dopamine, we will have harder time to stop the addiction. It is naturally more sensitive it is more sensitive to the addiction if we have lower levels of dopamine. It is the way it works. So if your level of dopamine is low, you will have more problems withdrawing from the substance. So there is also the why and the trigger. Why do you drink? And why did you start? Those are the trigger points. If you had traumas when you were young, or traumas as life went on, and you found that you had consolation in alcohol or a substance, you will find that it is very difficult to withdraw because the trauma has to be dealt with. It has to be talked about. There are groups that have to do with withdrawal, such as Al-Anon, AA, Narcotic Anonymous, NA, and Codependent Anonymous. Because codependency on someone is an addiction also. A person can be addicted to another person. There is a very good book written by Melody Beattie about women that love too much. But it is good for men also. She chose women as the title, but it goes for men also. And there is a doctor called Dr. Scott Peck that wrote a very good book. He wrote a book called The Road Less Traveled. So I do recommend those books for people that are in withdrawal, that if they want to learn. And the other book that you will be surprised that I recommend is Jonathan Livingston Seagull. You will learn a lot from that seagull. It is a very good book. Everyone thinks it has to do with when we were young, that book. But that book actually changes lives. And The Little Prince. The Little Prince also. It will help you with your addiction. It will really help you. So reading is something that will help you with the addiction because it will help you understand yourself. It will help you understand your environment. It is also there to help you why you started the addiction. When we are addicted, we have symptoms of withdrawal. When we have no addiction, we do not have any symptoms of withdrawal. So my story was that I had no addiction whatsoever. I was taking my medication, and that was the end of it. I was following the prescription, and I was not trying to take more, and I was not high on the medication because even with the medication, the pain was still at 6 or 7 on a level of 10. So this was stopping me from becoming addicted. So this is something that happens. But a person that will take prescription drugs and get high, if they have no pain whatsoever and they get high, they easily get addicted to prescription drugs. That is why it is very dangerous. There is a serious problem in the world, and it's fentanyl. It is a very, very serious problem. Fentanyl is all over. There are kitchens that create it, and that drug is extremely dangerous. So, what I recommend is if someone suggests whatever drug, do not even start to see how you will feel. Because the minute you take any kind of drug, you start on the road to addiction. That is the way it is. Some addictions are very, very difficult to get rid of. I know that crack is something that you cannot get rid of. It is a very dangerous drug. And as a registered nurse, I can tell you that I saw many people die from overdose. And they just lost their lives just to get high. And people do not think about that. So the road to sobriety is difficult for some, easy for others. But when you surround yourself with great people, you know that the road will be easier. When you join a movement that has the 12 steps, the 12 steps that start by believing in a greater power, no matter what you believe in, but you believe in a greater power that will help you get rid of the addiction, that will lead the road to sobriety. I will explain. I was a godmother for Al Anon. Al Anon is the group where you do not drink, but you have been touched by people that have problems with alcohol. So your life has been a little disturbed, a little and sometimes very much disturbed by people that had alcohol problems or substance problems. So I became a member some 35 years ago. And with time, I became a godmother. And that is why I was so adamant of not becoming an addict. And I will explain that I had one of my followers that called me one day. He had been sober for 27 years. He was in a party. I had got married the day before. He was in a party. I was leaving on vacation. But when you decide that you sponsor someone, you sponsor. You don't have sponsor someone. You sponsor. So I was his sponsor. And what happened is that he was in a party and he was thirsty and he wanted to take cocaine also. He called me and he told me, I do not know what is going on, but I know that I will drink and I will take cocaine. After all that time. So I told my husband, I am going back home because I have to take care of the one I am sponsoring. So I went back home. He came at my place for 2 weeks. And with that, he stayed sober. So it is very important that if you decide that you will sponsor someone, that you do not have sponsor that person, that that person knows that you are reliable. Whatever happens, you are there for them. So whatever movement you are with, you have to take that very seriously. It is a responsibility that is extremely serious. So there is the whys and the triggers. So what motivates you to to decide to be sober? Well, it is rarely consistent. So you have some people that find that being forced to become sober can be a health issue, family ultimatums, or loss of jobs. This kind of sobriety reaches an emotional state that is very hard to maintain, where the pain of being in the addiction is easier than the ultimatum. So some decide to start drinking again because the reason was not theirs, it was external. It was not because they have to stop for themselves, they were forced to stop. So this is an external decision. If you have an internal decision to be sober, well, you have a tipping point in your life where there is so much pain in staying in the addiction that it surpasses the addiction. Your loneliness is so real in the addiction, you become so lost in that addiction that you have to stop drinking or taking the substance because you feel alone and you do not feel any more comfort in the addiction. That is those that actually maintain their sobriety. But there are two kinds of people that stay sober or dry. People do not understand the difference between a sober alcoholic and a dry alcoholic. So you have the alcoholic that will go stop drinking completely, but still have the symptoms of being an alcoholic. Their life will be up and down, and they will have anger sprees, they will be immature, and so on. And everything will be someone else's fault. Those are the
In a quiet seaside town in Greece, where sunlight warms the stone paths and the sea whispers nearby, a new adventure begins. Lady Ella and her brother Lord Jack have arrived with an important mission: to teach kindness, patience, and the power of listening. In a hidden alley, a group of forgotten cats feel unseen and unheard, lost in silence and growing misunderstandings, until someone finally takes the time to truly listen. Because when we listen from the heart, loneliness softens, kindness grows, and new friendships begin. This is Book 10 of The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the Listening Mentor book series. Find all Dr. Kerbeck's books on Amazon and in fine bookstores worldwide.
Every great story begins with a vision. At USA Global TV and Radio for years, we've been providing world-class education, entertainment, inspiration, imagination, connections, and hope. Most people don't stay to watch the outro or the credits, but it's the people behind every success, behind every breakthrough, and behind every unforgettable story who matter. The TV show hosts, our guests, our sponsors, our publicists, our production team, our distribution team, our search engine optimization team, and so many more. You're the ones who make the difference. Every great story belongs to the people who bring it to life. Our future looks bright at USA Global TV and Radio, and that's because of you, our loyal fan base all around the world in more than 60 countries. Together, we're making a difference because you matter. USA Global TV and Radio, live streaming to over 60 countries. Voiceover, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Video production and direction, Paul Garcia. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV and Radio on YouTube.
How much of your value have you been giving away? Saying yes when the answer should have been no? Lowering your price to secure the opportunity? Giving more while receiving less? Over time, it adds up. Until one moment brings clarity, you've been giving away your value. This is not about working harder. This is not about doing more. It's about boundaries. It's about pricing. It's about respect. From Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck comes a direct and necessary message. Stop over-delivering. Stop underpricing your expertise. Stop negotiating against yourself. Because when you recognize your value, everything changes. Stop giving away your value. Boundaries, pricing, and the business of respect. Available now wherever fine books are sold and on Amazon. A film by USA Global TV and Radio. Executive producer Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Videographer and cinematic production Paul Garcia. Voiceover by Ed Vargas. Stop giving it away. Start owning it.
My Tummy Hurts by Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Meet Jackie. She loves recess, running with friends, and laughing on the playground. At school, Jackie tries to play like she always does, but suddenly the pain comes back. Lately, something feels different and her tummy hurts, sometimes a little and sometimes a lot. With the help of a caring teacher, a nurse, her mom, and a kind doctor, Jackie begins to understand what her body is trying to tell her. Sometimes tummy pain is more than a simple bellyache. Some children live with conditions like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease. Jackie listens to her body. She asks for help. She knows she's not alone. And Jackie finds her way back to running, laughing, and being herself. My Tummy Hurts, a kid's guide to bellyaches and bathroom troubles by Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, available on Amazon and in fine bookstores around the world. People are searching for experts every day. Are they finding you, or are they finding someone else? Every day, professionals are building authority through media. We've already built the platform. USA Global TV and Radio. Over 14,000 shows streamed to over 60 countries. This isn't about becoming famous. It's about leverage, visibility, credibility, opportunity. One interview, one conversation, one show, repurposed into content, connection, and business growth. Most people assume hosting a TV show requires a studio, a production team, and a massive budget. Our television packages begin at $1,500 US per month. Professional production, global distribution, replay visibility, built for voices with something to say. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and if this resonates with you, we should talk. USA Global TV and Radio, all rights reserved. Contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Tracy Cram-Perkins, a dementia caregiving survivor teaching how to balance care with peace of mind. #1 resource for dementia caregivers. It's the book Dementia Home Care: How to Prepare Before, During, and After. Over 17,000 copies sold of this must-have guide. And now a testimonial from Tracy Smith.
If I was to describe this book to someone who is going through a similar situation, I would underscore how important it is to have some sort of a tool or a guidebook to help you through certain stages. And there's so many, it's such an unknown topic to the average person. And to have this as a reference is essential. It's going to help you get through it personally, as well as help your loved one manage.
To learn more, go to tracycramperkins.com. Tracy Cram-Perkins is an award-winning author. She's also the host of Dementia Home Care television show. Watch it here on USA Global TV and Radio.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.